Hey, good afternoon, good evening. Today's October 15th. Friends and family, this is that guy from Michigan. Look, man, I didn't do a morning video this morning. I had a friend's birthday last night. Rush start to the day, if you know what I mean. So, with that being said, though, let's dive into the day. Let's look at the Russell 2000. This right here is a 2 hour chart. Anyone's been following me, you know that a few days ago we drew this fib. Here's a fib that we drew. And now if you take a look at the fib we drew, we can see what happened today. This is on a 2 hour chart. You know, you can zoom out to a 4 hour, so on and so forth. But this is a 2 hour that we're going to look at right now. With this 2 hour, you notice here, price this morning, where did we start at, right? We came here, we opened up and we gapped up, right? Look at this gap up right here. This area right here is where a gap happened, right? And if you go down to a smaller time frame, you can see it a little better. Right there. You see this? You see this gap from 248.15 to about I would say about 249.73. There was somewhat of a gap here this morning, so that was there, right? So that was something I definitely kept an eye on. I hope you guys did too. Look at this fib. What happened here? They went to, look here, the 1618, which is 252.57. The Russell made an all-time new high today. An all-time new high. Congratulations, Russell. But at the end of the day, how did we trade today, right? One thing I want you guys to keep in mind is when we hit this 1.618, you got to know that that had to be a top. If you had this fib showing, this fib would have showed you at the end of the day. This right here should have been hard resistance. It's an all-time high. It's a target, right? So we hit the 252.57. Immediately, as soon as we hit, what happened, man? What happened? We bounced off of it. We held it for a few moments here. We bounced off of it. So this right here, that you see how you can see like there was a lot of buyers here, but look at all this pressure down to the downside, right? You see it here. This is me switching up the candles, guys. But you can see all this pressure to the downside. So how do we move forward, so on and so forth, and what's the game plan going forward from the day? I think that is the thought, all right? So this is on the 10-minute. I'm about to open this back to a 2 hour. So what did I notice? Okay, I want you guys to do the same thing I'm about to do on this chart. The one thing I noticed on this chart, they drove price down right here. This candle right here. We drove price down from 252.62-ish to right around, say, 249.17. And then we had continuation here. Look at, I want you guys to pay close attention to this candle right here. This zone is 250.20 and 247.12. Guess what? What are we going to place there? A box. So let's place this a box here because I think that's a very important area for us to hold now going forward. We're going to put a box on that. And anyone who's been following me knows what I like to do in my boxes. I like to say, hey, if we open up within this box, on the top end of this box, we are going to what? We're going to challenge the top end of this right here, area right here, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. If we open up here, know that, and this area, I got to stop saying this area. I'm going to give you guys some pricing. If we open above, I want to say 250, what is this? I say 250. 250. We open above 250, say 12. Know that they are going to try to re-challenge this candle right here. They're going to aim for this 1618 one more time, and that is 252.57. If we open up, I am comfortable that you guys should be able to write calls to 252.57 for another retest, okay? But listen, what do we know? That's hard resistance. So also know, you may put in that call, but also know, what is that? Also, that's a rejection area right now. Right now, last time we got to the area, we rejected it. It's very imperative to see, and very important for us to see the play develop from there. You know what I mean? One of our philosophies is, look, you want to know what happens next? Look what happened the last time you were there. So last time we were here, you know what I mean? We came down. So that's what I'm looking for, right? Within this box also, I also figured this 248.50, that is our mid zone of our box. Look at this line here. We drew that line out a while ago. And if you look here, that was our 2025 all-time high. And it's also roughly about 50% of our box. If we start to open up anywhere beneath 248.50, just know we can tag this 247 one more time. 240, what was it? 247.05 one more time. And if we lose that, what are we going to do, guys? I want you guys to see something, because that's important that they do not lose that area. If they do lose that area, what are we looking at? This candle here. Look how big this candle was last time. Look how big that candle was. So you can't tell me that once we get to this area, that they're going to have a lot of support, so on and so forth. No. Look, you lose this here. Look at this guy right here. He's waiting on you. We're coming all the way down. We're going to ride it back down. You know what I mean? So be very, very nimble. Be careful. I'm going to leave that up because that candle right there is very important to know. Right here. So again, 250.25, anything above that, 250-ish. Just know they're going to try to ride 251.61 is the first time here. 250.61 is the first time. Then they're going to try to take it here. Where can it go from there, Corey? Man, up, up, and away. We have we have uncharted territory. Uncharted. Just know that the Bears need to make sure, I mean, if they're going to say, hey, this is a top, this 250, 257 is a top, just know that next time we hit that area, they have to show up in force. They have to, period. And again, that's on the chart. Another thing that we can do, you guys. So this is a good fit. I like this fib, but I think we also need to what? We need to change it. We also need to change it, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. And this is October 14th. That's the October 14th candle. So actually, dude, we can even try to base it off of this to today's high. And let's okay, when that happens. All right, now let's break it down even from there. Go to a 2 hour. Okay, cool. Now look at that. Now how does that look, guys? How does that look? You know what I mean? Our 50s, 246.55. We know that. You know what I mean? And this is October. I'm sorry, Tuesday. This is Tuesday till today, where we came, right? So where are they trying to go, so on and so forth? We can see all that. At the end of the day, draw your fibs, man. This 246.55, that's somewhat of our golden zone. I know that for sure the Bears want to try to get us back in this area to try to at least go back down to the 618. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. And remember, if we get back, even in this area, look right here. Look at this gap right here, man. That's at 244.28. If we lose 244, man, 244.28, that's an easy ride down. So, you know, be careful. Don't get caught up in any of that mess. Right now, they're buying dips. They've been buying dips. Easiest thing you can do. I mean, look, if you want to be a bear, be a bear. Short here, 252, short that whole area. You get up in that area, short it. You want to be a bear, that's a bear. You want to be someone who's putting in calls and you want to ride the momentum up, let it come to you. Let the play come down to you. Go down to like a 15-minute chart. Look at the top of our box. What we say? Here's our box that we drew earlier. Look, you want to be in calls? Anything outside this box right here, I will try to ride it up to retest. It doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Look, if we finish 50% of this box right here, this line here, that's 248.47. If we're above this box here, just know they're trying to ride it up. You know what I mean? It's honestly, it's that simple. The more you complicate things, the worse it'll be. You know what I mean? That's what I firmly believe. And look at all this action, though. Look at all this action here. Look at all that action. They just took that. They rode that. They took it and ran with it, man. So at the end of the day, how do you prove a breakout, right? As Nick was saying, you first have to break out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'll draw it for you guys. I'll show you guys a proper breakout. And I'll have to do it on some of a clean chart. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you guys a breakout, right? Especially on IWM, because IWM, it definitely did break out. So look, so with IWM, you had the breakout. In order to prove the breakout, look at this line. They drew a line here. They tested this line. Tested it here. Then they tested it again here. And then what did they do? They finally broke out to the upside. So in order for this to be a real breakout, what do they have to do? They have to break out, and then what do they have to do? They have to come back beneath the breakout, which they did today, and then break out again. That's how you know it's a true breakout, guys. So whenever you're trying to figure out if something's a breakout, that's how you figure it out, man. You know, you look from the breakout, right? And then retest the breakout, come back to it, where they broke out from, and then show that they can start closing candles above that breakout. for further price action move up. So hey, that's the game plan. Look, I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow, man. I hope this video was helpful. And listen, again, like, share, subscribe. Look, at the end of the day, I don't get paid to do this. I do this for y'all, friends and family. Friends and family, man. So at the end of the day, listen, tell me what I can do better. Like the video, subscribe to the video, share the videos. If you're making money with these videos, share these videos. Comment. Let me know you making some money. Remember, hey, 10% of something is better than 10% of nothing. 10, 20, 30, 40%. I don't care what you make. Make your money. Make your money. But allow the information to really guide your trades. Guide your trades, man. So at the end of the day, look, peace, love. You know what I mean? I'm going to get to it. I'll check in with you guys in the morning, and we'll move from there.